stories of all of the times I have seen my husband's doppelganger. Now, if you've been here for a while, you've heard all of these because I have been posting it as it's happened for a long time now. But I'm retelling all of my personal paranormal stories so they can have better quality, and I had to include this one. So let's get into it. Also, I have footage of this thing, like actual footage. I'll post the screenshot. I'm actually reposting that video where I called it tonight because I posted the first part of the video maybe it was last night, and I'm going to post part 2 tonight so you can watch that, but I'll also show the screenshot here. For reference, my husband wears a red flannel a lot and has a man bun. Pretty distinguishing features. One morning, I was upstairs getting ready in my bathroom, and the way my house is set up, my bathroom is here, and then there's a bedroom, and then like bathroom stairs. See what I mean? It's like a cross. So I was getting ready with my bathroom door open, and I look in the mirror, or I turned around. I honestly can't remember which I did, because it happened a while ago. But I see my husband standing at the top of his stairs with his back to me. Man bun, red flannel. So I turned back around to keep getting ready, and then I thought of something to ask him, so I turned around to ask him, and he's gone. I didn't hear him go anywhere. But I hear movement in the bedroom, so I go in the bedroom, and he's not even wearing a red flannel. Not only is he not wearing it, it's downstairs, and he couldn't have went to switch it out that fast. Plus, he wouldn't lie. I was pretty freaked out. I've seen this thing numerous times. It always has its back to me. It always has on that red flannel, and here lately I see it in the reflection of things. My husband went to pick up our takeout one night, and I saw it in the reflection of our living room window. He wasn't even home. And stuff like that happens a lot. Now let's get into where I caught footage of it. So for backstory of this video, my family has a really haunted farm, which if you've been keeping up with me or even this playlist, you know. We were gonna go up there, film some skits, try to get some footage, but he had to work earlier that day, so I went up there by myself and he was gonna meet me. So I was trying to film an intro to whatever footage I was gonna capture, and it got interrupted twice. The first video I actually reposted last night, I heard a hey 3 times. Each time it got closer, but there was no one there, there was no movement, like it just got closer. Sorry about my cat, she's a star. So I stopped the filming and then retried it, and I thought I heard my name, and I'm pretty sure I can hear it on the footage, but just in the background, you can see it clear as day. So I'm gonna post a picture of what my husband looks like in the screenshot, and remember to come back at around 6 because I'm gonna repost that whole video.
These are some of the scariest last words ever said by serial killers. And I found all these on Reddit. Number 1 is Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer is one of the most notorious serial killers of all time, and he ate a lot of people. And his last words were, "I don't care if I live or if I die, so go ahead and kill me." Number 2 is Peter Kürten, aka the Vampire of Dusseldorf. Peter was on death row for killing over 60 people and drinking some of their blood. And his last words were, "Tell me, after my head's been chopped off, would I be able to hear the blood gushing out of my head?" Number 3, John Avalos Alba. John was on death row for fatally shooting his wife while he was on probation. And his last words were, "Okay, warden, let's do it. I love y'all. I can taste it already. I'm starting to go." Next up, we have Jimmy Glass. Jimmy was on death row after he escaped prison and went on to kill 2 people. And his last words were, "I'd rather be fishing." And finally, we have Eileen Wuornos. Eileen was on death row for killing 7 men between 1989 and 1990. And her last words were, "I'd like to say I'll be sailing with The Rock, and I'll be back on Independence Day with Jesus, June 6th, just like the movie, big mothership and all. I'll be back." Hearing all of this was haunting, but that's why
The Ghost in the Chapel. 5 years ago, Cindy was praying in the chapel in her university. It had become her routine to pray for a week straight before her exam started. This particular night, when she entered the chapel, she saw a woman sitting in the front row. She took a seat in the last row, lowered her head, and closed her eyes to start praying. As soon as she did, she felt a bit strange, so she opened her eyes immediately, only to find that the woman was now sitting in the third row, which was closer to her. She shrugged it off, thinking that she might not have noticed it the first time. Once again, she closed her eyes and felt a bit strange. When she opened them, she now saw that the woman was now sitting in the fifth row, which was much closer to her. At this point, she started to become worried and the creepiness was flowing through her body. She chose to pray one last time. After finishing her prayer, when she opened her eyes, she was horrified to see the woman sitting right in front of her. She had long hair and a pale face, with dead eyes, creepily staring at her. She was grinning creepily and her head began to turn sideways in an unexplainable manner. Cindy was terrified, but she gathered some courage and ran out of there as fast as she could. She immediately told her roommates what she saw when she came back, but they didn't believe her. To this day, she is terrified of what she witnessed that day, and she never went back in that chapel again.